Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And here comes Ben Roethlisberger out onto the field ready to lead the Steeler offense.
And for Ben Roethlisberger, there are a lot of question marks coming into this year because he missed nearly all of 2019 with an elbow injury. And if he were younger, maybe not as many questions. But he turned 38 back in March. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers expect to see the old Ben Roethlisberger, who's thrown for over 56,000 yards in his career, leading their team.
Shakes off the sack. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
And Big Ben breaks the tackle, gets outside, and makes another play, huh? We've seen this from him plenty of times. It's not the first 3 seconds of a play for him.
It's the next 3.
That's when the big plays occur.
Ready? Black 20.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try.
A 28-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
3, Bengals nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Now it's Wilson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Arkansas Razorback. It's Brandon Allen.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Tyson Alualu coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
On play action, Allen. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Kevin Huber in punt formation.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
It's a gain of 20. And a Steeler first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Roethlisberger here finding Johnson. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand a counter. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with counter. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Ball carrier.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
At the 2-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The return man, Wilson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now he dumps this off over the middle and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Giovanni Bernard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Catch short of the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Good goal at the 5-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Allen to throw once more. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Pull it good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Followed on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a very good first half out of the veteran, Big Ben. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
responsible.
The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. Now it's Wilson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A draw play. Bernard. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
And 10.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Samuels. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd and 7 from the 20. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught at the 8. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. This is Samuels. And the Steelers are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson on the other end of the throw from Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. It's good to make it 17-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The return man, Wilson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
Allen's pass.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Allen. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Joe Hayden on the coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a carry for Bernard. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, Allen. Green's got it over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Bernard. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun, Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Bernard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. From the gun, Allen. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 9-yard touchdown there, and the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The previous play is
And
under
applause to
review.
the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Randy Bullock lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Is good.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. quarterback will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen the guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the 1st sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So now the Bengals down by a field goal. 1:38 to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
At the 35-yard line.
Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. Allen on the crossing route. Complete. It's Boyd. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is Allen. He drops it off for Bernard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Still time to go for the win, but they've got to get up and spike it quickly. Now Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. First throw in overtime now for Roethlisberger. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown, because a field goal won't finish the game.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense had got 2 timeouts. Maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled, because we're in OT. This is big time.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. In overtime, tonight's
partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.